Hari Om Tat Sat. As you can see, we have two beautiful, beautiful looking energies here. One is Hanumanji, another Shivaji. So close your eyes, deeply connect with one of the energies, but I'll be using both the decks. However, this is just pick a pile. Whoever picks this will have a different energy message. Whoever picks this will have a different energy message. But both cards get mixed while I do the reading, so do not get confused. We're just trying to connect with the basic initial energy, and once it gets picked, then that will be your reading. Now, when will all of this be over? You might be having a rough phase. You might be going through a rough phase or having a rough day. Something is bothering you and you are just thinking, oh God, when will all of this be over? If this is what you were thinking, then this reading is for you. So let's see. This beautiful, beautiful. It's back with its energy. Let's tap, tap, tap. Hanumanji, bring in your energies and tell us. Okay. Wow. When will all of this be over? For all of this to be over, one, you have to surrender your pride, because you can't expect a transformation with pride. Transformation comes from letting go of ego. As I let go of my own desires to serve Rama, surrender pride and embrace humility. So I think you need to practice something called humility now on. And that's the only thing which is stopping from the best life that you have now. It is coming, it's going to happen, and but for that you have to surrender your pride here. You can't be coming from that ego clashes. You might have issues associated with ego only. By and large, you're seeing these issues. People around you also, if you see your friend circle, your relatives, your mother, father, and everyone else around you, you will be able to see that, yes, I have some ego where clashes are happening on and off because of that. So the moment you surrender that ego to understand the other person, if you put in some empathy, some compassion, and work on yourself here majorly, I feel you feel greed. There is a sense of, see, you're not a bad person, but there's a sense of greed which has gotten all over you, and you want to like achieve next, not with a heart to help other people, but with a heart that satisfies your ego. And that is where there is a lack here. Suddenly the greed has come, suddenly the pride. Okay, why should I speak? Let this person speak. Why should I do? Let this person do. Oh, I have to wash so many things. No, let this person wash more. Something like that. Maid also, if you're showing this, oh, why I have to do everything? Let this person do. If you're not even lifting anything and making sure you're showing that you're powerful with your actions, moves, words, etc., you will see your life also is going to be that way. Okay? So one small example I'll give. If you keep everything for the maid next day, thinking I'm paying her, let her do it, or I'm paying him, let him do it, and keeping everything for the maid next day, and the maid doesn't come, so who will have to do it? Your own karma, you only. So if you have empathy and you like, okay, maybe it will be too much, let me use less and make the vessels lesser, and the maid doesn't come, then you don't have to do much because you had kindness and empathy. See, this is a very crude example to show you that when we show empathy, it will come back to us either immediately or in some form it will come back to us. So without expectation of it coming back to us, we need to do it. Certain people are meant to just keep giving. We are givers and we will not get help in return, and it is okay. That might be a lesson. But if you let go of your pride and think, oh, why should the other person suffer? Let me come in picture and help this person. That's when you will see all of these hurdles in your life which have come will go. Now, new beginnings and fresh starts are yours. Take the first step. Lessons from Hanuman's new beginning, which came from his devotion to Lord Rama. Of course, you have a lot of new beginnings, and there is a property coming. Suddenly, I just saw a golden mahal kind of thing. Sudden one glimpse of that. So either you're traveling to Konark or Sun Temple, or there is something golden everywhere around you. There is a like a, how do I put this? Some golden protection is around you. I can see golden light around you somehow. Whether it's temple or jewelry or what's protecting you, you are getting that. And as a small gift, you might also get gold as small gift. Keeping a Hanuman yantra at home or workplace, providing protection and positive vibrations. So this keeping this yantra at home or workplace, it's going to protect you. There will be a lot of positive vibrations. So today only you have to do this, keeping this yantra at home. You can check with any purohit or pujaris that how do you make Hanuman yantra. There will be methods on how to make the yantra as well. Let's see if there is any book given to prepare yantra. No, I didn't see anything here for the deck here. So yeah, I think you can either ask how to prepare, or ready-made yantras will be available in temples. You can bring it home and keep it in your workplace, and also keep chanting Hanuman Chalisa and energize the yantras. So around you, I see there is a little bit of a golden aura which is starting, which simply means there are new beginnings, blessings, prosperity, property, gold coming to you, wealth coming to you, a lot of silver items coming to you. Somehow I'm seeing a lot of richness, luxury, everything coming to you. But for all that, first lesson that you have to learn is surrender your pride. That is what we learned. Now we will bring in a little bit of Shiva energies. Let's see. The first card which falls here in this reading would be your lesson. Okay, some lesson. And the second, third will be your reassurance. That's what I've prayed for. So what is the lesson? What is the reassurance? Let's see. Now you will get new beginnings also. Yes, when will all of this be over? It will be over when you start to see new life, new signs. Because if a plant is dead, if a new plant is coming, you will obviously know there is something happening. So let's see what is the lesson here. The lesson you had to learn is you can't do it all alone. And don't worry, I'm protecting you, as you are taking help finally. Finally, you are able to receive the help. You were so solid on being completely independent, hyper independent, not taking help. Only I have to protect myself. I have to protect the family. I have to do this. I only have everything on my head. So now Shiva is telling, I am protecting you. Okay, so you are finally taking help. You have opened your energies or auras to take the help. Otherwise, you were someone who is very scared of taking help. You feel very like you're overburdening someone, even if it is the minor thing that you are taking help. So here Shiva has come and he has helped you. So he is protecting you only. Even if you are feeling, when will all of this be over? Let's say you are going through a divorce process or partner related issue. Some conflicts are happening again and again repetitively in your life. He is bringing this conflict only to protect you. Otherwise, there was no protection. Without the conflict, you will not see the protection. The conflict is the protection. Understood? And how you are handling the conflict, how the other person is handling the conflict, how the court cases are panning out for you, the separation, the anxiety, the worry, all of this is because Shiva has been protecting you and you have nothing to worry about. So surrender. That's the lesson for you. What is the reassurance here? Oh, okay. Your hurdles are being removed and miracles are approaching. Wow. I did shuffle, didn't I? So before this also we got the same message. Wow. 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 Okay. More things coming here. So these are the reassurances the Shiva is giving you. Your hurdles are being removed and miracles are approaching in your life. And it will all be over very soon. Before you even realize it will be over. Just hang in there. Go visit Shiva temple today itself. A very strong energy is coming to you. The moment you go to Shiva's temple, there will be a sudden energy entering you. You will see it. You will understand why you had to go immediately. After this reading, immediately go and come and tell me in the comment section your experience after going to the Shiva temple after this reading. It's almost like his energy is calling for you. Suddenly my energy also is increasing because of this. Suddenly he wants you to go. Find out what is the transformation or what is that sudden boost of energy that is entering your body. After that, only miracles are going to happen. And you will not be in a position to ask this question, when will all of this be over? Because you will know it's over. Surrender to divine. So you have to trust the divine here. Surrender. See, go. Take his blessings and come. You'll feel a sense that he touched you. You'll feel that Shiva has blessed you. Somewhere you will be able to feel his energy and presence in one or the other way. Either through a person, either through a guru, or some or the other way. Shiva is going to come to your life today. As soon as you finish the reading today, you go visit the Shiva temple. You will be observing one or the other weird event or odd things you will see, which confirms positively that this is Shiva and his energy coming towards you. Stop worrying, everything is going to be fine. So he's also telling you, when you say when will all of this be over, he's telling first stop worrying. For it to be over, you need to pretend at least that it's over, right? The moment you keep thinking about it so often, so long, then how is it going to ever be over? It will keep repeating as a loop in your brain. Reciting Om is only way to remove all obstacles. I think that is what you are doing already. The moment I said that you will experience something different, you've been already chanting Om. So you can also chant Om. You can write Om. See, these energies don't lie. Energy exchanges are real. So why do we chant? Why do we give the energy? Why do we take something to the temple? Do you think God needs anything from us? Do you think God is sitting there and waiting for the flowers you bring? Yes, He is. Because he still doesn't consider, he or she, the energy does not consider that they have everything with them. They still know bhakts, when they get something with love, that is something they don't have only. You're giving it to them. Yes? So someone who has everything, someone who is the universe, still waits there for something that you will take and gives back as prasad only. Whatever you take comes back only. It is not going to be kept in the temple, right? It falls on Shiva and his energy, and you will get back as some prasad. So you can take it and come back home and distribute also. Okay? Lacking honesty, somewhere you're going in the wrong path. You know this. And two things that you had to learn. Look at it. Surrender your pride also. See, ego is something where you feel you're greater than something. The moment you start to feel that you know everything and everything that you have done is right, your decisions and everything came alone. No one, your parents didn't raise you, Shiva didn't help you, or Hanuman never protected you. Everything you have done all by yourself. I don't see anyone who is surrendering towards the divine has this kind of attitude. So if at all you do have the attitude of lacking honesty towards yourself also, it can be lacking honesty towards yourself or other people around you. If you're not being honest, right, that's the worst kind of thing that you can do to your own self. Because how will you explain this later on? How will you go back to sleep peacefully? How? You have to live with yourself only. No, other person might not know you're lying, but you will know you're lacking honesty, right? So how will you live with a person like that, your own self, who's lacking this? So clear your mind. There are a lot of addictive things coming your way. And for the question like when this will be over, the moment you are having these side effects of your pride, side effects of lack of honesty, and side effects of being in this condition where your mind is not clear, you have multiple options, multiple things going on, too many things are happening. You've been probably betraying your own self also sometimes, or you've been cheating, or some or the other way. Money you are not able to give back and you've come somewhere like debt you are not able to clear, or you're unable to pay, so you've just given up. So some or the other way you're lacking honesty, you're not picking phone calls, you're not responding to messages, you're not being honest to your feelings, you're somewhere you're hiding. I feel hiding. And once you finish all of this and come out of it, I see good things coming your way. Now, how to clear your mind and how to get that honesty in the first place? So consider doing this. What will happen if you are honest? Be ready for the consequence. It's okay. You are your own authentic self. So be yourself. If someone can take it, let them take it. Again, I'm not saying be yourself and go harm someone. If being yourself is stabbing someone, I'm not promoting all of the negative things. I'm saying acceptance to who you are with respect to all of that flawed person you are. So have acceptance. You might choose wrong people. You might try to harm a few people intentionally because they harmed you first. Revenge. Recently in a workshop, I got a question. Ma'am, I want to take revenge on someone who hurt me. And how do I do that? Now that is lacking honesty to your goals, your principles. Lack honesty towards Shiva only. Like, why? All of us, we preach empathy. Why? Spiritual people, the first word you will hear is, okay, even if they are flawed. You don't see lives of God without any problems or troubles. You take all of it and you surrender yourself to this. Yeah. Okay, I think you've understood. When will all of this be over? When you start practicing honesty and start telling people your truth. When you clear your mind from all the confusions you have, when you surrender your pride. The exact timeline is 8 to 9 months. You will see all the good things that came in this reading. Namaste. Now we'll go to the next pile. So who selected Shiva and his energies? Let's pick up. Oh, wow. Okay, this is the first card. Your plan. Oh, wow. Wow. Now this I want to really explain. Okay. So here's what you will have to understand. The marriage that didn't work out for you, the relationships that didn't work out for you, the mistakes that you did and learned a very heavy lesson. All of these things. Let's say you want to, okay, even if it is a smallest, let's say you wanted to join particular course, yeah, a workshop, travel somewhere, probably visa, some job you had to get. All of this that is not working out for you is actually working out for you. Your plans are being ruined for betterment. That is what Shiva and his energy is telling us. What does this mean? Your plans are being ruined for betterment. How does that work? See, a lot of us will feel like, I think we made this with my husband, had prepared one video, I think, where one female is waiting for cabs, and cabs are getting cancelled out, and she's not getting any cab to reach her office, and she's upset because of that. And somewhere it is shown the building collapsed with no casualties, and she doesn't get into the cab to reach the office building. And then it is shown Shiva on the other side has protected her by doing this simple act of not giving her the cabs at the right time. Even 5 minutes here and there, the whole plan is ruined. Now, few of you might question, a few places there will be casualties, right? In this video there wasn't any, but was Shiva's plan that all along? See, it's karmanusar. Okay, it's karmanusar. What we have given, we will only get it back. So your plans right now are being ruined for your betterment because you have done a very good karma. So that pregnancy that didn't work out for you, right? You've been crying for those little legs and hands coming to your house. It's only being ruined, that plan, so that you take care of some other thing right now, which is your sole purpose. Probably becoming a mom is not in alignment. Becoming a father is not in alignment with how you think about life. Yes? So focus on the positive aspect. There is always a silver lining. And it's not toxic positivity. Of course, you will work on yourself. Of course, when your other plans don't work out, you will see light. So these are all things which are told to make you feel grateful and reassured. Let's see. You are on the right track. So if you felt, when will all of this be over? He says, this is all happening only for you to be better only. So it will be over. The moment you will see a better life, it will all be over. You are on a right track also. So if you've been manifesting going to Kedarnath temple, if you've been manifesting and going to Shiva temple, you dress up also something like this, I think. You like dressing up very well. Ethnic wear is something you really like. Yeah, so that's who you are, and you're a very pretty girl. That's what I got. Energy is like very pretty. True strength is not in muscles, but in devotion. So as you see, this is a lady, a feminine kind of energy, and it's not necessary that there has to be a true strength with respect to muscles here. You can just be devoted. And as Hanumanji's power came from Rama, now you will know that your source of strength is your inner strength only here, and you will be able to connect with it. Probably the strength is you are the greatest soldier this time around, where you will be tested how you are going to handle your life right now. The bigger the game, the harder the levels of that game. So you will have to pass through all of it to enjoy the best things life can gift you with. And you are ready, I think. And the remedy is study the Ramayana and Hanuman Chalisa. It says the remedy itself for you to get strength is to actually go deep and understand what Ramayana is, what Hanuman Chalisa is, what every word means. None of us know the meaning sometimes. We just keep chanting these things because it has the power. But just imagine if you actually understand the meaning and start chanting, how much power it will have. It will have double the power. One, you understand why you're doing it, and your conscious mind also will believe. So manifestation or whatever you want, or this phase to be over very quickly, then here it is. Read the stories, why they are telling these stories, whether you believe that these stories actually happened or not, but read up and learn something from each of the story. Doesn't mean everything has to have, it has to have a plan always. Okay, this story, this didn't happen, oh, this was not there. What is the lesson you're taking from this story? That's it. That is all matters to you. Wow, let's see. When will all of this be over? We are seeing that, right? Stand up for right. When will all of this be over? It will only be over when you actually stand up for the right here. Uphold righteousness as I fought alongside Rama against evil. Stand up for what is right and oppose injustice. Meditating on the image of Hanuman. This practice helps to focus the mind and connect with Hanuman's energy. Now, if you will not stand up for anyone, let's say someone on the road is going and some bully, he's had a bad day, he's just beating this guy up. So you can just stand up for whoever you feel is fair and just knowing everything about that situation. Somewhere in the middle, ghuske, if you try to sort things, I think you will only be hit on road. So what I'm talking about is, you will see injustice in your own family. That time question, that time ask why this injustice is happening. Own family first. Sort out things first in the family. Then go and stand up for other people. If you can't stand up for your own self, what kind of standing up can we do for anyone else, isn't it? I think it starts with you first. Once you know, oh, I'm standing up for myself, you'll also be able to stand up for other people. I think politically also you're a very influential person. Whoever is watching, somehow I get political energies from you. So I think you're like, when will all of this be over? Like, when will I get the ticket? When will I pursue my political career? Or why am I attracted political backgrounds? Or somewhere you are reading up a lot about politics and you're getting to know a lot about it. And it's a good thing. Now, what you have to do is focus your mind and meditate on the image of Hanuman. It's very important. Courage and devotion is said here. What is it? Lead by example as I led the Vanara army with courage and devotion. Inspire others through your action and conduct. See, nobody will tell you, something like this, like, okay, you do this, you give all of these kindness, empathy, compassion, everything, you keep giving. And someone you adores that, oh, they are so kind, so beautiful, such good energy, such devotion, such courage. Ask their family members how they behave at home. Do they even thank the family members? See, I saw somewhere about manifestation and about human psychology and energies. It was a very lengthy YouTube video. A few years ago, I was reading about human psychology and watching testimonials about people, like convicted murderers, testimony, right? Where they say, yeah, I did this crime, etc. Like that, when we were doing a research on human psychology, it was told to not believe what you see on social media, really. Okay, they are different people, they behave, pretend differently, they believe in something else and they do something else as content. So you have to, if you have an idol in your mind, like, oh, this is idealizing some person, oh, this person, my political, like I saw a political background, right? That's why I'm coming at some conclusion here. Please listen to this. I think it's important to you. You're seeing some guru online somewhere, oh, this is like politically, I like adore this person, aha, what knowledge he has or she has, how much they speak, abba, what kind of book this person has written, abba, like that you're feeling about this. But this person is completely not the right kind of guru for you in your life. If you go meet this person half an hour, you will understand what kind of a person. Ask their wives how they are treating their wives. Yes, then ask their daughters or sons how these people are treating them, or ask their husbands. Okay, so you will get to know. Ask their brothers and sisters, ask them how this person is, then you will get to know the internal truth. You need to know that consistency in behavior, that consistent, oh, this person has always been kind, this person has. So now you can't inspire someone with just your words here. How do you inspire someone? By just telling, is it okay, go help 10 people outside? Do it yourself. Do it yourself through your actions and how you are holding yourself together, even if all of these things are happening, how you are conducting yourself around people. That army, look at the march here, look at that owning up of something. Look at this. Was it his work, whatever he did? Definitely nothing for himself he did, but he did it all with courage and devotion. So someone else's work, even if you're doing, if you've committed to that, do it with a lot of courage and devotion. Through your actions and conduct, you show other people what things are. Okay, so engage in acts of service, literally, that align with your values and promote justice. So you have to help a lot of people. Don't keep preaching outside, help, do this, or yo papa. Okay, what are you doing internally? Are you giving 10 rupees to someone? Nothing. So sitting and just telling about other things are not going to work out. When will all of this be over? When you are actually ready to do changes within yourself and take actions. Literally, start acting on whatever lack you have, right? Act on it. True purpose. So when will all of this be over? When you find your true purpose. Serve selflessly. Look at that. Again, same things. Beyond this, I was seeing that you have to help. Here also same thing. Serve selflessly. You can't keep preaching people. So that YouTube speech I heard, there he was telling human psychology is such that we try to please people outside. External world, friends, we treat them so well, relatives, we treat them so well, we are kind and everything. At home, how you are treating your wife, your husband, how you are treating your children. Outside, you are going and helping some poor kid with banana. At home, you're just slapping your own kid. Like, don't do that. Like, change comes from your house first. They say no, manag mari bidige upkari or something like that. So that's not what your attitude should be. Okay, since you're in political background, at home you have to resolve all of these issues. Now dedicate yourself to a greater cause than yourself. Now you have to forget that you're one unit here. You've come back again from past life to help a lot of people. You have to realize that. Wear Hanuman pendant and carry a small idol of Hanuman always, because you need a lot of protection. This reading is an eye-opener for you, I think. Yes? So you didn't know the change should be you. Let it go. Now, if you're holding on to a wife or husband who's applied for divorce, who's like fighting with you, court cases, legal matters, settlement things, all of this, let it go. It's okay. Yeah, you're getting new partner, new things in life. A political background also, what you have, it's going to help you. No one can harm you. There you go, literally. No one can harm you. So just start with those changes. God will not punish you just because you're a little, like, you didn't understand how to really serve people. No. So you have some good karma associated with your past lives. You've accumulated a lot of good karma. So I can see no one can harm you, okay? You're scared, I think, of black magic, evil eye, etc. That's why you're like, when health issues are popping up for you and you're scared. But great, you can do it. Look at it. Look at this child trying to climb something. Yes, trying to reach heights. And Shiva is encouraging. Manifest your goals. Obviously, it's going to happen. Your beliefs will come true. Adjust with the situation for now. Wow. When will all of this be over? You are being refined and polished with all of these things. Adjust with the situation for some more time. Soon you will understand hidden blessings. So a lot of good things are coming to you and your life. A new partner, I told, especially these birds are confirming that there is a new partner coming in your life somehow. There are good relationships coming around you. Your friendships become very strong. You have good friend circle, very trustworthy. You are unnecessarily in doubt of them. Very good circle, like Rama Lakshmana only. You have one person who's like next level friendship you have. Wow. So simply focus on your goals now on. Focus on your mind like I focused on Rama to achieve your goals. Cultivate concentration and mental clarity to manifest your desires. Chant Ram, Ram as much as you can. So now there is a breathing technique, right? There is like you inhale 6 counts, you pause 7 counts, and then you exhale 6 counts. 6, 7, 6. I'm seeing this number. I don't know if it really exists, some breathing pattern like this. But in that 6 breath-ins, I want you to chant Ram, 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 Ram. And when you hold your breath, say Hanuman, Hanuman, Hanuman. And when you exhale, you again pronounce Ram, Ram, Ram. I think properly. This is going to open up a couple of chakras for you where these things will be over pretty soon. Whatever you're going through, be rest assured. If you focus on your goal, do this remedy, it's all going to be over. Wow, that was amazing and insightful. Whatever you guys are going through, it'll all be over soon. That's what we learned. I'm glad you are here. So comment below whatever resonated with you. Namaste.